scientists, for not just organizing such a nice meeting, but for inviting me. My name is Leo, it's easier for everyone. I'm representing EMBO, which is European Molecular Biology Organization. And India is one of our member states. So I'm here to tell you what we are about and how EMBO provides benefits and support to researchers at diverse career stages. So Frederick's talk yesterday was a nice segue into what I'm going to be telling you today. And in a nutshell, EMBO is three things that kind of unfold into many other things. So we are an academy for the life sciences, we are a funding agency, and we are a publisher of scientific journals. And we have a number of different activities, which I'm going to be telling you about, and that are available for the research community in India. So how do we work? Although we have European in our organization name, we are actually an intergovernmental organization where we bring together at the moment 31 nations that contribute financially towards EMBO programs. And in recognizing that actually science is an international endeavor, and the more diversity of people and ideas come together, the better is the science we produce. We also have cooperation agreements that mean we collaborate with, at the moment, 4 different countries around the world, and those are Chile, India, Singapore, and Taiwan. So this is a way that countries can obviously contribute towards the organization and get access to all the different funding benefits that we provide. So, as an academy of the life sciences, we have a membership program. So, distinguished researchers from around the world are nominated and selected to become EMBO members, and we have the pleasure of having a number of them here with us today. It's by nomination, so every year current EMBO members can nominate their peers. There's an evaluation and selection process, and what these members do is really contribute to the programs of EMBO, how we run them. And we end up being a very collaborative community where the opinions of all the members and program members are taken into account to shape our programs and meet the needs of the community as much as possible. And we take a lot of pride, like the Humboldt Foundation, to say that 92 of these EMBO members are Nobel laureates. So yeah, we are very proud to have a number of Indian or based in India researchers part of our members, EMBO members, and some of them also sit on the board of India Planet Science. And how do we support researchers to do their best work? So EMBO is very much focused on early career researchers and young PIs. And the way we do this is to really have a number of programs available. So I'm going to start by telling you about programs that we make available for PIs. This is moving faster than I speak. So the first network I want to tell you about is the Young Investigator Program. So this was a program that was launched and made available to young PIs in Europe and India, Chile, Taiwan, and Singapore. And what characterizes this program is that you get funding for networking. So most of the time, when as researchers we apply for funding, we get funding for human resources, for the overheads and the research itself. But we don't necessarily get money to travel around the world and also send our group members to conferences or to training. So the Young Investigator Program is really about this, network and support to you as a young researcher, the young PI, and to your lab members. And then you also have access to the Young Investigator meetings, the annual retreats, and to a number of also topic-specific conferences that are organized for this network. The applications are currently open. There's not much time for this particular program as far as applications go, but we recently had a webinar organized together with India Bioscience where we explained to you, not just the benefits and why it's great to be part of this network, but also how to apply and how the committee members look at your applications and how to put together a competitive application. So it's available online. I invite you to look at that. Or to talk to some of our program program members who are here. So we have 5 of them currently based in India. Sidash was one of the program members presenting in the webinar, and he made himself available to provide advice. So I would take the liberty to say, feel free to contact him shall you want to know more about the program and how to put a really strong application together. Then we have what we call the YIM Global Investigator. So this is similar to the YIM Investigator program, but much more specific, and it's uniquely available to researchers based in India, Chile, Taiwan, and Singapore. So the pool of candidates is different, and it's also the eligibility criteria is slightly different. So in this case, you can apply within the first 6 years of being an independent researcher, so it gives you more time to consider applying for this program. The applications are also open, and when we talk about networking, it's really a number of activities that we support. So you can, you or your lab members can go to conferences anywhere in the world. You can set up, collaborations also anywhere in the world. So if you want to go visit somewhere, in the US, in Chile, in Singapore, in South Africa, you can. If you want to send your group members to training sessions or, apply yourself to go and do specific training, you can. You can invite researchers from pretty much anywhere around the world to come to your institutes and deliver seminars. So it's really about getting your science out there and getting your connections, strengthened and as international as possible. In terms of the global investigators, currently we have 16 global investigators based in India. One of them is here with us today, Ramrai. So I guess, if you want to know about how the program is impacting researchers and the benefits, I guess, come talk to us and we'll tell you all about it. Now, you guys get a lot of benefits through our programs, but how about postdocs and PhD students? So we have, 3 different types of fellowships: postdoctoral scientific exchange grants and core facility fellowships. So postdoctoral fellowships are obviously aimed at postdocs. You get a 2-year contract, and the way this works is if you are based in India, you can apply to go to any of the MDC member states. So those are, mostly European countries, also Chile, Taiwan, and Singapore. Or if you are an Indian researcher based in any of these MDC member states, you can apply to come to India. So the idea is to really, get the exchange going. The benefits are listed here. We also invite you to go to our website and see how you can apply. So for this one, the current deadline is 12th of July. So also, I would encourage you to actually ask questions. So that's something. Sometimes we think, maybe I'm not eligible, or what if this doesn't apply to me? Talk to us. Send us an email. We will, reply happily. And the idea is to really get you to benefit from all these programs as much as possible. Now, what if you want to go somewhere but you don't want to do like a 2-year fellowship? So we have the scientific exchange grant. So that's very much aimed at establishing or strengthening collaborations. It can go from 1 week to 3 months, and you get your travel costs covered, and you get a stipend for the period that you are abroad. So like the postdoctoral fellowships, it works in the same way. So if you are a researcher based in India, you can apply to go to any lab of your interest that is in one of our member states. Applications are accepted throughout the year, and this is a very nice way to, even if you don't have an ongoing collaboration and you're curious about how work is done in a different country or in a specific lab that you in the future want to work at, for example, this is a nice opportunity to take on. Last but not least, core facility fellowships. So, core facilities are an essential aspect and part of our research institutes. So if you want to learn a new technique, or you are a technician in a core facility and you want to, kind of also establish collaborations or, get more in-depth knowledge about a specific technique, then you can apply for the core fellowships, and again, your travel costs and daily rates are covered by the fellowships, and also like the scientific exchange grants, applications are accepted throughout throughout the year. Now, something a little bit different, but that everyone is also very welcome to apply, are what we call the EMBO courses and workshops. So we have funding that we allocate for organizing conferences, and we also have people who have been organizers and co-organizers who might be able to tell you about their experience. You can also organize practical courses, so that's hands-on, can be a week-long training for also people at different research stages. And then we have specifically what we call the India EMBO lecture courses, which are co-funded by India Alliance, and this is more aimed at PhD students and postdocs. Something that we add on top of this is our travel. So, something I wanted to really highlight is that even if you're not a conference organizer, but there's an EMBO conference or a practical course anywhere in the world, because India is a member state, if you're a national of the country, you're entitled to our travel grants. So the organizers receive, specific budgets to provide travel grants for researchers based in India. So to give you just in a nutshell, EMBO provides 35,000 euros, which so it's a big pot of money that you can use for the catering, the venue costs, the speaker travel costs. So have a look at these opportunities in case you want to be organizing courses and conferences here. What we also invite people to do, if you want to consider it in kind of the name of sustainability, is to consider hybrid courses. So you get an additional 10,000 euros to organize conferences in hybrid formats. So I'll kind of skim through the next bit, so we have time for questions. We also provide funding for EMBO Global Lecture Series. So if there are EMBO members who you want to invite to come to India and deliver a talk in your institutes or a number of different institutes, you can apply for funding. Or if you are an EMBO member or a young investigator based in India, you can also get funding to present your research in any of our member states. And something really important, EMBO training. So Frederick mentioned yesterday, the way things have always been done, they don't have to stay like that. And as researchers, we don't necessarily get training into how to manage a research team, and a lot of the time, we move from postdoc to PI, and that's not really a career progression, it's a career shift. So EMBO has these specific leadership training programs that are available also to researchers based in India. And I'm very happy to say that the courses are coming back to India. So after the pandemic, we're going to have 4 courses coming, one in Bangalore, one in Pune, and 2 in Hyderabad. The applications are open for the courses in November, and the ones in October are coming up very soon. So we invite you to look into this. It's aimed at PIs at the moment, and we also have courses for postdocs. These are currently happening in other countries, but I think we should talk about bringing those to India as well. So country features, I'll skim through these very quickly. So we have a very large community. It's important for us as EMBO to highlight what the community is doing, and this is what I brought. If you want to take one with you, this is the country feature focused on India and highlighting, what the Indian community is working on and achieving. We have a number of special features written about prominent researchers in India, and also some of our program members and the podcast. So we invite you to have a look at that if you're curious and you want to know more. And we also have a number of webinars that we are co-organizing with India Bioscience to tell you more about each program, how to apply, how to benefit. So stay tuned to the to the announcements and their wonderful newsletter. And last but not least, EMBO Press and Review Commons. So Frederick mentioned this also yesterday. So EMBO publishes 4 different journals and is part of the Life Science Alliance. If you are a program member, your publishing fees are covered. EMBO has also embarked on this journey of Review Commons, and the idea is to really make the publishing process much more pleasant and easier for everyone. So you submit your paper for peer review, then you get the final report, and what happens then is that this already peer-reviewed paper gets forwarded to 27 different journals. So the idea here is that when you put your paper together, you focus on your science and you're not trying to kind of fit, the specific format of the journal. So if you want to know more about this, come and talk to me because we're running out of time. I want to really thank you, all our funders, specifically the government of India, and like mentioned earlier, yes, all the citizens in India that are contributing, to make all of this possible. And get in touch. I'll be here today and tomorrow, so if you have any questions about the programs, or if you want to know more, come talk to me or drop us an email, and we'll be happy to answer all your questions. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. We have time for one quick question, and then I'm sure there'll be plenty of questions, but we'll have discussions later. So one question.
Hi, thank you for the session. So EMBO has the leadership courses for both young PIs and postdocs.
Yes.
I've seen it on the website.
Yeah.
And for the hybrid or the online one or in-person one in Germany,
Yeah.
do you have any kind of funding for international YIs and postdocs to actually attend those? Either online or in person, doesn't matter.
Well, yes and no. So if you are part of a research group, so if your PI is a program member, you get in for free, the fees are covered. Otherwise, no, and the reason for that, I guess, currently EMBO Solutions is a subsidiary of EMBO itself. So yeah, if you're not yet a part of the program member lab, no, but this is why it's really relevant that we bring the courses to India. So if you are based in India and the courses are taken here, the costs are all covered. I mean, you'd have to cover for the travel, but all the rest, accommodation and the course itself is covered. So the idea is to really, now the pandemic is finally over, is to really bring the courses they were already taking place before, and every year to make sure that our course is happening in India. Yeah, so you'll have the opportunity to attend for reduced cost.
Thank you. Thank you. I think we can move on to have more time to discuss it over lunch and post the session.